Hello everyone. Today, we want to take you through our journey of creating our motivational talk. The best version of you is waiting. This project has been a learning experience for all of us, and we are excited to share our process, challenges, and what we've learned. We had to divide the work strategically to ensure that every part of the motivational talk was executed effectively. Each of us played a different role: research and script writing, voice-over recording, video editing, and project coordination. While it seemed simple at first, we quickly realized creating a meaningful and impactful speech required a lot of effort, teamwork, and creativity. Before diving into the specifics, I'd like to ask everyone, what was your first impression when we started working on this project?
Honestly, I thought it would be easy, but as we start, I realized that a motivational talk is not just about saying positive words. It's about crafting a message that truly speaks to people. I was excited, but also a little nervous about whether we could make it truly inspiring.
For me, I was worried about the delivery. A speech can have great words, but if the way it's spoken isn't engaging, people might not feel motivated at all. That made me really think about how we could make our speech sound powerful.
And I was focused on how we could visually support the message. Words and tone are important, but visuals can make a big difference in making people feel something. I know that choosing the right images and editing style would be the key.
My main responsibility was research and script writing. At first, I thought I could just gather some motivational quotes and turn them into a speech. But when I started writing, I realized that it needed to be structured, logical, and emotional engaging. To make sure our speech had a strong impact, we focus on 3 key values. And number 1, self-awareness. It's about understanding who you are, your strengths, and your areas for growth. And number 2, accountability. It's about taking responsibility for your action and choice. And the last one is integrity. It's about staying true to your values and principles. I researched real-life success stories, psychological theories on motivation, and powerful quotes from influential leaders. The biggest challenge was making sure the message flowed naturally and connect with our audience. We want to not just inspire, but also make people reflect on their own journey. Another challenge was ensuring that each part of the speech matched our personal speaking style. Since we all have different ways of expressing ourselves, we had to work together to create something that sounded natural and engaging. By the time I finished the script, I had learned something important. Motivation is not just about words, it's about authenticity and connection. You cannot just tell people to be better. You have to make them believe it is possible.
Once we had the script, my role was to record the voiceover. I assumed it would be easy. I just had to read the script, right? Well, I quickly learned that delivering a motivational speech requires a lot more than just reading words. First, I had to focus on tone and emotion. If I sounded too robotic, the message wouldn't feel real. If I was too dramatic, it might feel forced. So, I practiced multiple times, adjusting my voice to match the intensity of different parts of the speech. Another challenge was spacing. I learned that in motivational speech, pauses are just as important as words. Pausing after powerful statements give the audience time to absorb the message. I also had to emphasize key phrases to make certain parts stand out. One of the most interesting things I discovered was how much voice can influence emotions. By simply adjusting my tone, I could make the speech sound hopeful, determined, or even urgent. This experience taught me that how we speak is just as important as what we say.
Once the voiceover was done, it was my turn to bring the speech to life with visuals. Editing a motivational talk isn't just about putting random images together, it's about creating an emotional journey that complements the message. I started by selecting powerful imagery that reflected the themes of the speech. For example, for self-awareness, I used images of people looking at reflections, standing on mountaintops, or facing crossroads. For accountability, I included visuals of people taking actions, making choices, and overcoming challenges. For integrity, I focus on moments of honesty, courage, and standing up for one's beliefs. The next challenge was synchronizing the visuals with the voiceover. Timing was everything. If an image appeared too soon or too late, it could disrupt the flow. I had to carefully match each scene with the right part of the speech. Music also played a big role. I chose an uplifting yet subtle background track to enhance the emotional impact without overshadowing the voiceover. This experience taught me how to storytelling isn't just about words, it's about different elements work together to create an emotional response.
As we wrap up, let's reflect on what this project taught us. I'll start. This experience made me realize that motivation is something we create. By working on this speech, I felt more inspired myself. It's amazing how words can shape our mindset.
I agree. I also learned that writing is more than just putting words together. It's about making an impact. The research process made me reflect on my own goals and how I can apply self-awareness, accountability, and integrity in my own life.
For me, the biggest takeaway was the power of voice and delivery. The way we communicate can either inspire or discourage someone. I learned that our tone, energy, and emotion can completely change how a message is received.
And for me, it was the importance of visual storytelling. I now see how much effort goes into making a message visually engaging. Editing this video made me realize that we are constantly influenced by the images and sounds around us, and it is important to use that power responsibly.
In the end, we all grew from this experience. Not only did we create a motivational talk, but we also became more motivated ourselves. We hope our video inspires others to embrace self-awareness, take responsibility for the actions, and live with integrity.
And we hope our experience encourage others to take on creative challenge. Even if it seems difficult at first, every challenge is an opportunity to learn and grow.
Thank you for listening to our journey. We appreciate your time and support.
Remember, the best version of you is waiting. Go and make it happen.